yeah. Welcome. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Fridays
y'all.
are always good.
Yes.
It's awesome. Fridays are great. And this is a long weekend because we're having one of the most important holidays for our country, which is called Memorial Day. And this show is a special Memorial Day edition. We have our flags here and people have dropped this stuff off. It's one of the cool things about being a realtor in the real estate business is that you get a lot of cool stuff delivered to the office. And we'll probably get some red, white, and blue cookies today or something.
I hope so. Yes.
Welcome to the show. I'm Todd.
And I'm Leah. And please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
Yeah.
And hit the notification bell to get notified when we go live.
We try to do this every week at 9:30 on Fridays. We have fun. We try to be educational, try to help. Between the two of us, we've been doing real estate for a long time, and we've learned some things, and we are constantly learning.
Yes.
And we share that information with you. So hope you enjoy it. So today is a special Memorial Day episode. You caught me almost saying Happy Memorial Day.
I know. I had to hit him, actually. I did.
And she did.
I did.
That's what you saw. People, we get used to saying, Happy Easter and Happy, Merry Christmas and Happy Veterans Day.
Happy birthday. Happy Valentine's Day.
It is an easy thing to let slip. And of course, I didn't mean any disrespect. And most people that put Happy Memorial Day on Facebook this weekend or Instagram, they're not meaning it to be disrespectful, but some people can take it that way.
Right.
I think that it's important to know the difference. And each year I send a meme to my kids and remind them what the difference is. And so
what is it? What's the difference?
So
Tell me what the difference between Memorial and Veterans Day, what it is.
The difference is Veterans Day is November 11th, and it honors everyone who ever served in the military or is serving in the military, no matter whether they served in wartime or not. And it's just a chance for us to honor their commitment, signing on the dotted line to say they'll do whatever it takes to protect us and let us have our way of life. Memorial Day is the last Monday in May, and Memorial Day is for people who specifically were killed in battle or as a result of injuries sustained in battle. So, you'll see a lot of people, we just have to have grace, but you'll see a lot of people posting a picture of their grandpa in his uniform. And maybe that grandpa, died at 90 years old, very healthy and happy. But that doesn't mean he was killed in the line of duty, right?
Yeah.
So that's the distinction, but it's not worth getting upset about.
No.
But I think if we're having a heart of honoring people who have served, that's great. Memorial Day is specifically for those to remember, like Karen just posted that picture, some gave all, some gave the ultimate sacrifice. And we have to remember them. And I think it's really important to remember them because I've heard it said that a soldier dies twice, once in battle and once when somebody ceases to say their name again. And so if we remember them, we'll keep saying their name. And a lot of people, one of the customs on Memorial Day is to go visit a national cemetery. And even if you don't know anybody there, you can go there and find people who, you can find the dates that they were alive, and some of them, if they're in their 20s and they were in World War II, then there's a good chance, right? You can also find lists of people that died in certain battles and certain wars. And it's just good to take a moment as a family.
Yes. Thank you for posting that.
So it's a red, white, and blue weekend. And
America.
I love being a part of RE/MAX, and we are the #1 real estate company, most recognizable brand in real estate. And I don't think it's coincidental that we chose red, white, and blue a long time ago.
No.
Red over white over blue. And that's the sign of a RE/MAX agent. And I love that. So we get to wear red, white, blue. Those are my favorite colors a lot of times to wear.
Yes.
Look at you wearing your red sweater. A lot of people have.
Blue.
Yeah, I'm wearing red and blue there with white here.
With white.
A lot of people have Monday off. It's a federal holiday. Banks are closed. Title companies are closed.
Sure.
We are taking the day off.
We're taking off. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. So 3-day weekend. Let us know in the comments if you have plans.
Big plans. Let us know.
We live in New Braunfels. MBTX in the house. Hashtag. We have 2 rivers in our town.
And a water park.
And the Schlitterbahn, which is part of which is actually fed by the Comal River. We have the Comal and the Guadalupe. a big thing around here, if you're not familiar, is tubing down the river or hanging out at Schlitterbahn and or going down the tube chute on the Comal.
Probably like 40,000 people.
Yes. We are Houston's playground. And so if you're driving down 46 to I-10, which is where you live, you'll see them stacked up, these trucks with their RVs pulling behind, and they're going to the campgrounds on River Road, and it is a thing.
Yeah.
This is when we call them the tourists when they get here. We lose our city for a little while.
Yes.
But it's amazing because it's what runs a lot of the businesses, our hotels and our restaurants and bars and stores all gain business because of it.
Yes.
And as realtors, a lot of people come here and they go,
business.
dude, yeah, we gain business. A lot of people come here and they say, you know what, I'd like to buy a little Airbnb out of Canyon Lake, or I want to live here.
Yeah.
I want to retire here, or buy an investment property here. And so we were talking about this earlier, Scott, and you and I and Karen, and one of the things how can we benefit as realtors? Like, we're not going to go down the river necessarily and have like business cards thrown to the tubes, you know.
Throwing them out there.
We could maybe just put them in what do you call that when you put laminate our business cards and like throw them out in the water?
Yeah.
What would we do?
Okay, so if you were marketing to people on the river, right? I would do, well, there's a couple things I would do. I would, first off, you can market and you can pay for tube rentals for clients. So you can say the first 10 rentals are on me. Go to your favorite tube rental place, and the first 10 people, they have to, of course, get your business card, all of that stuff. Maybe a QR code and sign them up so that they can get into your CRM. You could, which the Barth Group does this very well, they do koozies. So you could throw koozies out on the river.
Trash the river.
Right? No, don't trash it, but keep your cans cooler, I guess.
Yeah.
So you could do that with your business cards on the koozies also. And then, of course, you could do it the old-fashioned way, which is the best way that I know possible, because this is how you can get in front of everyone, is to geofence.
Old-fashioned? This is the new fashion.
Well, for me, it's like old-fashioned, so.
Oh, wow. She's so progressive.
I'm so
you
young.
are. No, it's true. So there's a new, for somebody like me who is old-fashioned, it would never occur to me to do what you're about to talk about.
Okay.
So for us old guys, how would I use my social media to?
So everyone is obviously going to be on the river, but after they get out of the river, they're going to be on their phones checking, because they weren't on their phones for the last 2 to 4 hours.
That's true.
So they're
going through withdrawals.
Yeah, they're going to be scrolling. And so your ad is going to pop up basically as long as you geofence your ad to the river or to the tube rental place.
Like, you're talking geographically,
put it on the map.
Okay.
In Facebook, in your business suite, you're going to go to business suite, you're going to go to your ads manager, and you're going to go create an ad with lead gen, and then you're going to geofence the location of the river or the tube rental place.
Or Buc-ee's.
Oh God, that's a good one.
Right? A lot of people stop there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I also know the Harley Davidson store in New Braunfels tomorrow is having a huge bike ride. So for military appreciation as well. And so that's going to be a good one to geofence, because I'm probably going to geofence that one.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
And Schlitterbahn too. You know, that whole downtown.
Schlitterbahn, everywhere. Anywhere. Just drop a pin, literally, in New Braunfels.
So if we lost you at Geofence, then in your one of our agents, you need to log on to RU and find Leah's class on that. Text her and say, hey, where's that class? In fact, I was talking to one of our new agents, Craig, yesterday.
Yes.
And I meant to text you. We finished some of his setup after he onboarded with Tanya. We were going through some of the setup with zip forms and getting everything set up.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, this is awesome. Thank you. Now, how do I get leads? And I said, call Leah. We got you, man.
Yeah.
And I started rattling off a few of the things you talked about. And so he's excited to meet with you and find out where to start. He wants to get busy. So that's
so, I mean, yes, I would definitely geofence. I mean, you can go out there. You can go to the river with your family. You can hand out your business cards. I don't know exactly what the ROI would be on that, because they're probably just going to go down the river with the other people.
I was thinking about getting a tattoo across
no regrets.
Like no regrets. No, I was thinking about getting like a chest plate It
Stop.
says,
Stop. He is
I'm
not
never
going
too
to do
busy
that.
for your referrals.
Okay, I would totally
And then a
get that.
huge, like, Remax balloon on my belly.
Mhm.
No?
He won't do that. But that's a great idea, actually. That's marketing that never goes away.
That's permanent marketing.
Permanent marketing for life. So,
Yeah, oh, I could put a QR
a
code.
QR
Yes, I could put a
code.
big old QR code on my chest. And people just walk up to me and I'm like, come on. And they're
Scan
like,
me.
Scan me. That's so funny.
I would totally do that, actually.
No, you would.
Yes, I would.
I have heard of people putting small QR codes on their bodies.
Yeah, we're not going to go down that road. But there are tons of things that you could do,
Yeah.
and do it while there are people here in town for sure.
That's
So,
definitely a good idea. I was thinking of, that's the new way of doing it, geofencing
Yes.
and using social media. Another way, obviously, you want to post something on your Facebook page.
yes.
There's a Remax Facebook page called Remax Creative.
Collaborate.
If you collaborate, if you search those terms, you'll find it. You can join that page, and there are really smart people like Leah that are graphic and Karen that are graphically talented, and they put a bunch of Remax America stuff. Like if you go there, there's hundreds of them,
Or you could ask.
and you can steal them.
Oh, yeah.
You borrow them. You can just save them and then use them on your Facebook. And it just reminds people, it's a brand recognition. It's like, oh yeah, Todd does real estate.
Right.
The other thing that's more old school, if you want to
Tell
talk
me.
old fashioned, is what a great time to call people
Yeah.
that already like you and trust you. And especially older people
Yeah.
that get it. And you just call them. Oh, is that
Oh, that's the
creative?
group.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
thank you.
Karen's on it. You're like Jamie with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
She's on it.
On it.
It's a good time to call that aunt or that friend, that neighbor, that person that friends with your parents that you grew up with, and just they're like, hey, what are you doing? You know what? It's just a Memorial Day weekend. I'm in a great mood. I just thought I'd call you and say hi. How are you doing?
Yeah.
And then just bless them by a surprise phone call from somebody they care about. And if the conversation turns to real estate, great. They're going to ask you, how are you? Well, I'm good. I'm selling houses here in New Braunfels, and tourists are here. It's crazy. Having those conversations will lift your spirits. It will make you smile. It will give you a serotonin because you're blessing them too. And they're going to make them feel good. They're going to hang up and go, I love her. She's so sweet to call me. She just called me out of the blue.
We just had a class on that. It was really good class, Speed to Lead. So
Yeah,
kind of what
Speed
you're
to
talking
Lead.
about.
Yeah. And actually, while you're on that subject, he said something that really messed me up in a good way. It made me think. Because sometimes when people say, and we say, call your sphere, call your sphere, call your sphere.
Yeah.
Right? All the leads you need are right here on your phone.
Right.
But you feel like a salesy guy. Like I'm in a multi-level marketing.
I
And
don't
I'm
want to
calling
call them.
I don't want to call them and bug them
bother.
about, do you know anybody who wants to buy or sell real estate? It
Yeah.
seems kind of, because I didn't come, we didn't all come from a sales background or marketing background. We just don't want to be salesy especially with our family and friends, right?
But aren't we in sales?
I know we are, but there's a way to do it. He said, think about it this way. This will change your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
He said, do you want your friends and family that like you and trust you to just use any old realtor? Or do you want them to use you because they trust you? And you know that because you're basically family or you're really good friends or you are family, you're going to give them the best service possible.
Right.
And you're going to, because if they just use whoever, it could go either way. And so you're doing them a favor by calling them and by somehow mentioning that you do real estate and to make sure that they call you if they need anything, because you wouldn't want to just trust them with anybody.
Yeah.
That is my new mantra in my head is if I don't call them, then they're going to use somebody else. And I can't be responsible for that. And I'll feel horrible if they have a bad experience.
Treat everyone like your mother.
Yeah. Treat
That's what he
everyone like your
said.
mother. Right.
Yeah.
Like, would you let your mother use another realtor?
No.
Yeah. So, that helped me with my mindset. And then I called a couple people yesterday, and me, I had like an hour-long conversation with this one past client.
He does. Yeah.
And but it was cool. My wife was gone, so I had home alone. I pretty much ate dinner while I was on the phone with this lady.
Wow.
But it was important to her to talk, and she was complaining about life and this, and the town's growing too big. She might need to move somewhere further away. And I was just her friend, and it made me look forward. I actually called another person who didn't answer because he popped in my head, and I was like, I want to call that guy, not because I want to do a real estate transaction, just see how he's doing.
Yeah.
That class was neat, and Did
Yes,
record
thank you.
that?
No, that was not a recorded class, but that was a class with Jill Donovan at Providence Title and Kevin Harris, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
I know it's Kevin.
He works for Old Republic, no, Providence Title.
Providence Title.
Corporate
yes.
office in Fort Worth or somewhere, and he's their like
He's a
head
great
trainer.
speaker, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a cool story, and there is a Facebook group, a private group that Jill said we could join,
Yes.
and it has to do with his, every day he's motivating you and coaching you.
Every
and stuff.
Monday.
Every Monday he does that, and then there's other content, so it has a pretty big following. I tried to join it. I don't know if I'm a member of it yet, but Jill said she could let us join it, and then we could see more of that content. So that's cool.
So we're gonna have more of those trainings coming up.
I love that you're bringing in as the trainer for our team. You're bringing in high level stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
We all need it.
And
So,
Ashley Mills brought us food.
yes, she did. Yes, it was really good.
Appreciate
Food.
that
So good.
right angle inspection.
Right angle. Yes.
Okay, well, we have a new segment that we started doing last week that I thought was kind of cool. Julie Moore, who's one of our top fans,
Yes.
she's
on.
yeah. She asked me one time, she told me, she said, you guys, we know you're not perfect, but sometimes it seems like since you're always teaching us stuff that maybe you just don't ever make mistakes. And we were laughing about it. She said, I love hearing when you actually make a mistake or actually do something perfect. Then she goes, I realize you're human and I'm human and it's okay. And so we started talking about stuff we would have never done 10 years ago, 5 years ago, even a year ago, if we had known what we know now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll let you go first. Because you were saying that
I lost out on a listing.
Okay, so you lost a listing. I mean, that's not anything, that can happen to anybody. So how did you lose this listing?
Well, speaking of speed to lead, so kind of going back on that class, I had a client call me. It was a referral from another client that I'm working with. And I don't know if y'all see me on social media, but my life is super busy right now. I am a realtor and I'm also a full-time trainer and I'm a full-time mom. Obviously, I don't know how I can be a part-time mom, but full-time mom to 3 kids and end of school and graduations and all these things, right? And, sometimes that you just forget to make a call or forget to follow up, and clients don't wait. If you don't call them when you're supposed to or when you said you were going to, they're going to go to the next agent, and that is sure what happened. However, I know this client and I know the referral and everything worked out perfectly. The house is listed and I love the agent that it's listed with. And so I'm super happy because I know it will sell super fast. So
yeah, but I mean, I guess
it's just a learning experience.
What'd you learn from that?
Go ahead and pick up the phone and call. Speed to lead.
Yeah, even if it's just a touch, like, hey, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just crazy right now, whatever.
Yeah.
I've done that.
I've done that. It seems like multiple times, but I'm like, whoa.
I know.
And then, or refer it out. If you're too busy for something and you know that, then call and use one of our agents that are in the office and refer that out. Because it does happen. And you also, if you are too busy, you don't want to take it on and not give that client the full service either. So.
All right. Well, thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing that with us. We can all learn from that.
It happens.
Something happened to me that if I knew now what I knew then, or if I knew then what I know now, it would be, don't be a general contractor.
Don't be that guy.
There's different rules with contracting and fixing something, especially if you're dealing with a veteran and you have to fix like termite issue or plumbing issue or HVAC stuff that requires a license. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're in certain city limits, part of being an expert in your local market is knowing where do I need a permit, where do I not need a permit, and what kind of permit do I need? I didn't know that if you're in the city of New Braunfels and it's not your primary residence, it's not your homestead, then you can't pull a permit on it. You have to hire a general contractor to hire a master permit, and then the other guys, the plumbers and the electricians and the HVAC guys, they have to subcontract underneath that and have permits underneath that master permit. And there's just a lot to it. And I'm not supposed to be that. I'm supposed to be a realtor that guides and advises. And if I've learned one thing, I've learned this from Karen, and that is to stay as far away from those types of situations as possible. What do we do as an advisor? We say, hey, here's what I know about the city of New Braunfels. If if you're in City of New Braunfels, you need to hire a general contractor to do this, or whatever the case may be. If you're in the county, it's different. But if
Right.
you have to pull permits, you need to get somebody who knows that system, and then you can recommend a couple of guys to them, a couple of ladies to them. They can go work on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get pushed back. Like in this situation, hindsight was we would have saved time and money if we had gone that route.
Mhm.
But it seemed at the time like, oh, we can handle this ourselves. And you know, go find you an HVAC guy, and here's 3 plumbers to choose from. And before you know it, you're nickel and diamond in your. It's taking longer,
Right.
and it ends up costing more, and it's a heartache. And if we could have gone back in time, we would have done it that way. So
True.
take a deep breath if you ever find yourself in a situation where a wall has to be torn down and then rebuilt, and sheetrock and plumbing and all that stuff. Take a deep breath and ask around, ask your support like us, Karen
What
and
to
Scott,
do.
what to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Fun
So-
friend.
If I knew then what I know now.
We wouldn't be there, right? Yes.
Yep.
All right. What's happening? So I know we talked about Memorial Day, but also graduation is happening. So a lot of schools, I know that Seguin and Navarro schools are graduating today. So congratulations to all the graduates. I'm not sure when New Braunfels or Comal, but I'm sure it's very soon. It's probably this weekend or next weekend. But
It's a big deal.
congratulations.
If you're involved in it, it's a big deal. If you're not involved in it, it's like, what?
What's graduation? No, when is it? Yes, it is a big deal, and I'm probably more involved since my daughter is a sophomore and she has friends graduating. My niece is graduating, so
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal. We also have Mega Open House this weekend.
Finally this weekend.
Finally this weekend. We're trying to do citywide and once a month. And so I think we have 6 open houses
Okay.
this week or this weekend.
I love that we're continuing to do this. It was a
Yeah.
grassroots idea that came from a team meeting here in
Tanya's
Braunfels.
undertook that.
Yeah, and Tanya's the one that collects all the information, puts out the marketing, and
Yes.
I think it's something that will keep gathering steam. It's pretty cool to be
Yeah.
a part of that.
And it's great. If you do not have leads right now and you are needing some leads, I would highly recommend doing an open house.
So even if you don't have a listing, if you're new or you're just in a place where you don't have any active listings right now, there are agents in our office that have more than one, or they can't do an open house that weekend. So start thinking about, number 1, doing an open house every weekend. Number 2, especially that 3rd Saturday or 3rd weekend in June when we have our next mega open house, and we'll remind you about it. But go ahead and start asking around, saying, hey, who needs me to do an open house? I'd like to do it as a mega open house event and get on that. So just stay on that.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of that, go to a new build also and ask to do open houses. I went to Starlight Homes yesterday and they're offering 5% commissions
Nice.
along with a lot of incentives. So make sure that you are talking with your new home sales reps and getting those open houses set up too. And then lastly, last but not least, right? We have a Military Appreciation Day here at Remexco in New Braunfels, Texas, next Friday. So on the 31st at noon, we're inviting everyone to come out. If you're military, if you have clients that are military, if you're an agent that's military,
Just a military appreciation.
just a little slight, the boss is still here, so I'm going to say slight party. But yeah, we might have a slight, like, low music and refreshments.
She's over there.
He's like literally walking by right now, but it's okay. But we're gonna have a party, so and we're going to appreciate.
When the cat's away,
The
the
mice
mice
will
will play.
And we won't post. No, we will post videos about that.
Yeah, but we could block him.
Yeah, we can block him on Facebook so he can't see it.
He'll be on a cruise. He won't have cell phone coverage.
True. No, he'll be scrolling. He will be scrolling for that for sure. He'll probably FaceTime us or something and call.
So what's happening?
Yes.
Okay. Our broker, our co-broker, Michelle Schwan, is having a birthday.
It's her birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
Michelle.
birthday, Michelle. I think her birthday's Monday.
It's on, Memorial Day. He said, yeah. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Michelle.
Yes,
We love you very much.
we do love you.
Thanks for putting up with our other broker, Scott Schwan.
Yeah. Keep him busy on the boat so we don't get in trouble.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Oh man. So next week we're going to Houston.
Oh yeah, we are.
So Thursday we'll be in Houston.
We have another awesome class.
Yeah, the whole team, we're doing an awesome class. In fact, it's called
Reverse mortgages.
Reverse Mortgage for Purchase.
Yes.
It's a specific program for reverse mortgages. And I basically had that class yesterday because I have a client that is over 62, and I threw it out there to him and like, what do you think about this? He goes, I'm intrigued. Let's find out. So I had a Teams meeting with David Behringer
with
from
Motto.
Motto Mortgage
Yeah.
and my client, and the three of us had an hour of talking about it. I took feverish notes and had a lot of questions, and my client had a lot of questions.
Cool.
And it looks like it might be a good program for him. And so I think you're going to be shocked at some of the revelations from it. It wasn't exactly no payment at all, but it's no principal and interest.
Right.
And that's pretty cool.
Caveats.
Yeah. Caveat is you still have to pay tax and insurance if
Right.
you have to pay taxes. But anyway, it still.
That's
mean,
next week. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
Thursday.
next week in Houston.
With
lunch is
lunch.
provided by an awesome couple that's coming in. They are in the real estate business too, and they're going to come and tell us what they do. It's just going to be fun. And we're inviting, if you have friends that are in the Houston area that are in real estate, tell them to come. It's a CE class. So you're going to get CE credit.
If you want it. Yeah.
And it's just another way Motto Mortgage is stepping up to make everybody better.
Yes. And we will be there. So
Yes, and we'll be there. So it'll
we'll
be
be
fun.
there. It'll be super fun.
We are bringing the team
Again, we're just going to have a party all week.
next week. That's what, yeah. When the,
That's
when
what's
the
gonna
cat's
happen.
away,
Yeah. We're going to play.
we're going to play.
We're going to play.
All right.
All right, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend and enjoy your day off too. And thank you to everyone in the military who has served. So thank you.
So Karen and Leah and I and Tanya have Monday off. And if you have any problems on Monday, just call Leah. Just don't bother us. Call Leah.
Okay.
I'll be floating down a river somewhere.
Don't be in a pool.
No, call us. You know we
Yes,
got you. We
call
always
us.
have you. You're our clients, and so we're never too busy for your questions
Or referral.
or referrals. All right.
right.
Well, thank y'all. This
Bye,
special
guys.
happy weekend. We wish you a special Memorial Day,
Yes.
and I'll have to slap myself every time I say Happy Memorial Day. But you know what I
Don't
mean.
say that.
Happy weekend. Hope you have a safe and happy weekend. And don't forget what Memorial Day is all about.
Yes. Bye, guys.